So I've been thinking a lot about how people end up being stuck in life. Not in a dramatic way, but just slowly. Like at some point in their lives, they end up getting stuck somewhere and not really moving forward, and ultimately ruining their own life. And most people don't ruin their lives by making one big mistake. I think it's usually a bunch of really small mistakes that feel harmless at the time, but ultimately, catch up to you. And so instead of framing this as how to improve your life, I want this video to be framed in a way that's almost the opposite. So if you want to quietly ruin your life in 2026, this is what it would look like. And just to be clear, these aren't things you should be doing. They're things people already do without realizing it, including myself. And honestly, I don't really know why I've been thinking about this lately. It's probably because I just graduated and I got nothing else to do aside from yap in my own head. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just bored as heck and got way too much time on my hands, and I figured, why not think about this? And so the first one is probably the easiest to miss. If you wanted to quietly ruin your life, you'd spend most of your time just thinking, and almost none of it doing. Planning, imagining, rehearsing things in your head over and over, but never actually starting anything. And for me, I really wanted to create this website. I remember so clearly. I wanted to create a website that I figured would be very helpful for just anyone in the college space. But I always just kept thinking for the first month and a half, I was just like thinking about how to do it or what it would look like or what people would think about it, if people would think it was lame, and honestly just overthinking without doing anything, right? And the idea ended up being delayed for a really long time and the moment stayed in my head. I think one day I was just like, dude, just stop thinking, man. Like, what are you even thinking about? Just do it. And a lot of people think clarity comes before the action, but most of the time, and for this experience, I realized that clarity only comes after you start. You got to take those small steps where after you take those, you can get some feedback. And thinking alone doesn't give you any of that feedback. And so from my experience, I think you should just take some small steps and have the urge to start. Just start and see how things go. And stop waiting to feel ready, because I don't think you ever will feel 100% ready to start something. You just kind of have to go for it and gain that momentum, which beats the confidence. And over time, action creates that clarity that you've always wanted from the very beginning. So just go for it. And especially in my case as well, I just stopped thinking and just, went for that leap of faith. Another easy way to quietly ruin your life is to decide you're done learning. Now, people sometimes assume they've already figured things out. Even I have. I've done that many times. I still do. But especially from my experience, like in technology, I feel as though technology is ever growing. I don't think it's ever going to slow down or stop. And by that nature, you're always going to be a student of the game. And the last thing you want is to just, be stagnant and stop learning. And as a result of this, you will end up behind the curve, and it will almost feel like you're drowning every step of the way you're trying to catch back up. And so what I suggest is just to, keep up with whatever's happening in the world or whatever industry you're in. Keep learning a few things or two every day. If not every day, maybe just once a week. I think little progress over time will always be beneficial, even if it's very little. And remind yourself that you're always going to be a student of whatever game you're playing, and the game you're playing just so happens to be life. So keep being a student and let the curiosity keep you moving forward, and ultimately just enjoy the process as well. Another way you can quietly ruin your life in the upcoming year is if you really wanted to hold yourself back, you'd let other people's opinions run your life. Not even what they say, just what you imagine they're thinking. But the truth is, and honestly, I've come to realize this too, nobody really cares about who you are or what you do. Maybe aside from your family or your loved ones and close friends, but most people are too busy thinking about themselves to even think about you. No one's going to be tracking your schedule or judge your attempts at something or be wondering, oh, I wonder what this person's doing at 3 p.m. Nobody. So at the end of the day, stop over explaining. Don't feel like you need to ask for permission. Just start doing things the way you want to do them and do the things you want to do. And life gets way lighter when you stop performing for an audience that isn't watching, because that's the truth. Nobody is watching. And lastly, one of the quietest ways to ruin your life is to slowly stop taking care of your body. Now, I just graduated, right? And honestly, I've been so lazy. I've just been a couch potato, been doom scrolling. I haven't really been exercising, and I'm a pretty active person. But when it comes to that point in life where you're out of school and, for those who are older or whatnot, you can get lost into the things you have to do that you start neglecting what you also should be doing, which is to exercise. It's super important just to stay active, go for a run or even for a walk, or just do something to get your body sweating and up and running. If you don't, you'll get bad sleep, you'll feel off without knowing why, and your energy and mood and focus all live in your body. And without that body being strong enough to sustain your whole entire system, it's gonna go by and it's gonna deteriorate much faster than you think. And once it's gone, everything else becomes way harder. And I'm still young and I'm already feeling this way. So please, take care of your body. You don't need intensity, you don't need something crazy, you just need consistency. So if you haven't left your house yet, go for a walk. Just do something to get your body up and running. And ultimately, I feel like none of these things feel dangerous on their own. As I was thinking about these points, they didn't sound life-threatening when I was going through them one by one, and that's the problem. They don't ruin your life overnight, but they catch up to you over time and come all at once, and once that happens, it's really not a good place to be in. And so if you caught yourself in any of these, it doesn't mean you've failed. It doesn't mean it's the end. It just means you've noticed. Watching this video has made you notice, and that's it. And noticing it is where the change starts. So please take note of all these quiet things that can slowly ruin your life in 2026. Thanks so much for listening. And if I don't post again before the New Year's, Happy New Year. And please go live a happy life and start the year off strong. Until next time, I'll see you all when I see you.